Okay, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to set up a work area. You're going to set up more work areas in the future, but for this basic config, we want to get you one so that you can log into produce or do the follow-on items that we're going to discuss later. So let's go through the steps. Drop down, go to work areas and tags. You may see in the video I have a ton of work areas in here. This is going to be almost blank. You're just going to have a couple. Those are system work areas. Don't change those. You want to start with a fresh one. So you want to make sure it's a local manager work area. You want to name it. It's any kind of logical name for you. And then you give it an ID. The ID is, the official system name. You'll need to reference this in the future. So don't make it too long. Don't make it too complicated. I'll just say work area 01, right? WA01. And then I'm going to hit add. It's going to take a little while, so I'm going to pause and come back when it's done. You know it's working because this little blue line's going back and forth. All right, we're back. My work area completed. That took a minute, something like that. It shouldn't take too long, but too long to wait through a video. And this is a real important part. You have to manage access. So there's a two-way authentication. You set up your users, you set up user roles, or you use the ones that are already there, like we're about to do. And they have permissions to do things, but you also have to allow the work area to let them do those things in the work area. And you'll see what I mean when I set this up. All right, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to add add permissions for administrators. I select it. I say OK. We could click all these and click OK, but it's a little faster if you do it the way I'm showing you right here. We're going to go ahead and do learners. We're going to say OK. We're going to go ahead and add master authors. Say OK. And finally, we're going to add standard authors. Okay. Now we're going to go into each one of these and say what they're allowed to do. So for standard authors, we're going to let them create, edit, and delete content, view all the content, and publish the content, but we're not going to let them delete the work area or add, administrate the work area, change any of the settings. For master authors, we're going to let them do everything. Don't really like the term master authors. It's more like a work area administrator. You want them to be able to create content and do all those things, but you also want them to be able to manage the users. Learners, all we want them to do is see published content. And administrators, we're going to give them all the access. We're going to say OK. And now we're done. We drop down, scroll past all my others, go to my work area. All right, we've got a work area. We've completed our basic configuration. And now we're going to talk about what we want to do next and some of the best practices that you can employ to really get the value out of this system.